Welcome back everyone, it's time to go balls deep. And we are back from a 3-week Jujutsu Kaisen break. It felt like forever since we had any new Jujutsu Kaisen content, especially with the anime being over and the movie being scheduled to release in the winter. These breaks feels almost like a hiatus, but I'm glad Akutami was able to get some rest from his sickness, as Jujutsu Kaisen is literally coming to one of its most intense arcs. With that, chapter 148 confirmed Megumi as the new Zenin Head, highlighting his overall presence in Jujutsu Kaisen, whilst gaining the respect of Satoru freaking Gojo himself, who is basically Kami in this universe. We also learned that Megumi mastered his domain expansion and is seen as the bridge of peace to the other clans due to his relationship with Gojo and also being on good terms with Noritoshi Kamo from the Kamo Clan. In this video, I'll be going over the huge impact that Megumi will play once he is fully established into the leadership position, and how Gojo's ultimate wish to change the Jujutsu world will all initiate with him. But before I get into all of that, once again we appreciate all of the support you guys show the channel's JJK content, and as I said many times before, please join our community and hit that notification bell because we have tons of amazing Jujutsu Kaisen content lined up. Okay, so just so we are all on the same page, we left off in chapter 147, the tragic death of Principal Yaga, leaving our cute furry friend Panda in tears. Now this might be an unpopular opinion, but I can't lie.
Yes, you can!
I didn't feel as attached to Yaga as I did with Nanami. Yaga's death didn't really hit that hard.
Boy, if you don't...
Alright, allow me guys, cut me some slack.
No!
But to give you a quick recap, Yaga was sentenced to execution by the higher ups for inciting Gojo and Geto to cause the Shibuya incident. However, we all know that was just an excuse. These bomber clots were actually trying to coerce our man Yaga into telling them how he created Panda, an independent cursed corpse. This is because creating a cursed corpse which is independent of his user's cursed energy is pretty OP. Like, think about it, mans could make a whole army of these monsters without worrying about any strain or limitation. The higher ups wanted the secret behind the technique which allows them to create an army of their own. However, refusing to cooperate, Principal Gokuganji was ordered to kill his contemporary. Yeah, the old man with the guitar took him out. Yaga, before he did hit the dust, his last words were, "This is my curse to you," as he finally reveals the truth about Panda's creation, explaining that he used 3 compatible souls overseeing each other and put them into one body. He was able to extract information of the souls from the body, meaning Yaga had the ability to perceive and touch souls. Now, whilst that was going on, our main squad were preparing for their participation in the culling game and they planned to save their sensei Satoru Gojo. Ryuta had a head start and will enter the game first, whilst Megumi and Itadori made their move to recruit another bad-ass sorcerer to their side, Kinji Hakari, a suspended 3rd year student. Now just imagine how badass he is. He got suspended from the school. Honestly, I can't wait to see his character. Now with that, Maki is heading to the Zenin clan warehouse to collect some special grade OP weapons so she can prepare for what's to come. Okay, so right off the bat, chapter 148 brings back focus on the Zenin clan and their family turmoil. I can't lie.
Yes, you can!
Throughout this series, Akutami has portrayed the inner workings of a powerhouse through this clan. Like from Megumi's father Toji's background and even Maki and Mai's interaction with the family head, and now we even get to see the inner politics. Regardless, Maki arrives at the Zenin family estate with Naoya Zenin being the first to greet her. This dude got his ass slapped up by Joso and pretended like nothing happened. Being the condescending typical douche he is, Naoya instantly antagonizes Maki, reminding us how terrible her life was in the clan. He makes a remark showing how little value Maki has to the clan, mentioning now that she has the ugly scar on her face, there is nothing going for her. This not only depicts Maki's position, but also gives us another side to Naoya's personality being very superficial. We even get a further flashback shot indicating this isn't something new for Maki, as Naoya has been bullying her since their childhood. Now, I can relate to this from my own experiences of bullying, but seriously guys, the ones usually picked on does usually get further in life. I'm just saying. But anyways, the difference between then and now is that Maki is a full-grown sexy ass queen. Yes guys, put some respect to her name. Maki simply ignores Naoya like the trash she is, continuing towards the Zenin weapon warehouse.
Know your fucking place, trash.
In the tunnel passage, a woman is standing in the path, telling Maki to go back whilst reminding her she isn't allowed there. But before we go into who we think this woman is, Maki brings out the warehouse key, responding with, "The new head, the big boss, as Sammy says to Papi Patron, said it was fine," referring to Megumi. This is where we get a flashback to the confirmation of him accepting the role as the Zenin Head. In this flashback, Megumi is initially refusing. It is clear that he doesn't want to do the job, bringing up any logical reasonings why he should not be the new head. But our girl's Maki's defensive argument was too thick. She explains to Megumi that Naobito left everything to the next head, from all the clan's monies to the cursed tools, and on top of that, information from the three clans and the higher ups. That level of power is crucial to their current situation. Even if Maki was to take the role of head, she knows that the people of the Zenin clan would not follow her right away at the current stage she is in. Megumi is their only choice. The conversation then gets really interesting here, due to Maki mentioning 3 balls deep points of reason in regards to Megumi becoming the new head. Number 1, he inherited the Zenin clan technique. Number 2, he mastered domain expansion. And let's be real here, Maki isn't one to over exaggerate, so her saying that he mastered domain expansion is heavily indication that Megumi has now completed Chimera Shadow Garden, which is insane. We definitely need to see that in the Culling games. Now the next point here she made was that Gojo has his eyes on him, which if you didn't understand what this means, well basically Gojo, who is seen as the pinnacle of the Jujutsu world, is looking at Megumi as his prodigy. Now we know Gojo has multiple students including Yuta and Itadori, and who Yuta in Pacific would think would be more of Gojo's next in line. However, the reality is Gojo technically adopted Megumi after his father's death. The interaction between those two goes further than any sensei-student relationship. And then there's also the fact that Gojo sees something in Megumi, believing he could truly be on par with him, as to the comment Gojo made in the flashback during their training in chapter 117, where Gojo reveals that a long time ago, the heads of the respective clan faced off each other in battle and ended up killing each other. But what makes this so important is that the old era Gojo head was just like Saturo, and the old era Zenin head was just like Megumi in the terms of power and strength. Gojo even asks Megumi, "You get what I'm trying to say, right?" Hinting at the unbelievable potential Megumi possesses, where he would even be on par with someone like Gojo. Now we posted a video not too long ago called Megumi's Potential and All of His Abilities Explained, where we go into this in great detail, so make sure to check it out. But overall, we can't forget that Gojo's goal is reformation of the Jujutsu world. Now even though all of Gojo's students play a part in this, Megumi holds a special role, since he always held the position to become a clan head. Gojo more than likely knew about this from the start, as from the clause in Naobito's will mentioned in chapter 138, which was a reference to Gojo himself. If he was to be missing or dead, then the next in line would be Megumi. Now we plan to do a video going balls deep explaining Gojo's sacrifice and why he actually let himself be trapped for his greater goal. Like, you honestly think this brain Kenjaku pulled one over on our boy? Are you serious? Our legend? Our man Gojo? Are you serious? You guys are tripping, man. Seriously though, Gojo is playing chess whilst everyone is playing checkers, and Megumi is the key piece. I'll elaborate more on why in a bit, but again, if you want a detailed explanation, then make sure you wait for that video and check it out. You guys should hit that notification bell right now. Do it, guys, do it. But coming back, another thing to note, these 3 points made by Maki shows that she herself is very aware of the political functions behind the scenes. This gets doubled down when she adds that she cannot create a place for Mai as she is. This also shows how Mai is still the core factor to Maki's goal. Even though she cannot be held back by Mai's willingness to submit, but she instead will strive for more by being driven through her love for Mai. And I do have to point out on how this is the exact opposite on how Naoya felt about his siblings. Naoya is the spoiled, annoying younger brother who always has something to complain about. No matter what his older siblings do, he will always find a problem with it. He complained to Choso about how useless his older brothers are, calling them weak and incompetent. It's a very simple parallel for both of them to be from the same clan, with the importance of kinship being hugely different. Naoya lives to outshine and belittle his siblings, whilst Maki lives to create a place for her sister. Ultimately, this This not only reflects the difference between these two, but also shows the importance of having true strength when becoming the head of the clan, because the weak or weakly perceived will never be truly respected. Maki, who probably could level Naoya, even though that's debatable, I'm pretty sure she can, but she is seen as dirt within the clan, whilst Naoya, due to being strong in the typical sense, was considered a candidate for the clan head. That's the true ruling factor in the Jujutsu world itself. Now obviously there's also the point that Naoya probably fits the clan's motive more than someone like Maki or even Megumi would, but still, overwhelming power changes everything, just like with Satoru Gojo. So it makes sense for the clans to run in the same way. Everything is based on strength becoming your political power, meaning Maki has to become even more powerful than her predecessors if she wants to take the position of the head for Megumi and complete her aspiration. With those feelings expressed to him, Megumi agrees to continue as the clan head, and the scene goes back to the present with the woman yelling at Maki to go back. Why is she always rebellious, and just for once in her life can't she make her feel proud? Now even though Maki says no words and continues forwards, the words of this woman makes it obvious that she is Maki's and Mai's mother. Regardless, Maki don't give a shit and goes ahead, entering a door which seems enchanted with cursed energy. Maki walks in to see none other than her big papa as she exclaims, "Father?" Who being Ogi Zenin, the younger brother of Naobito, the previous head. Now this is clearly a different response compared to her reaction with Naoya and her mother. Her face when she sees him shows complete surprise. Her father's appearance could possibly be a much bigger omen for her, considering his skill level and disdain for Maki. So seeing him at this moment most likely increased her caution, as it should, but it's also likely that Maki at one point might have wanted her father's approval and eventually found nothing but rejection and hate. She could have even looked up to him in strength, possibly even respected him to some degree when she was little, but this respect faded away after her and Mai's somewhat abandonment. Either way, her daddy is just sitting at the entrance as though he expected her, in which he did. As Ogi states, "There are no cursed tools here, Maki," elaborating on how he had already disposed of them, anticipating her move. This dude is also playing chess. We then see Mai behind him laying on the ground bleeding. She grunts to Maki, "Why did he come here, you idiot?" Mai's word come off very cross, but it is clear that she cares about her sister. Maki shows a bit of distress due to seeing Mai bleeding out, but that quickly gets cut off as we transition to what's actually happening behind the scenes in the Zenin clan, as it is now revealed that Ogi and Jinichi agree with Naoya in not letting Megumi become the head, but there are complications in which they can't challenge so easily. First and foremost, Jinichi makes it clear that Megumi is undoubtedly better than Naoya, literally stating it. My guy just straight up called Naoya trash compared to our boy Megumi. This makes Naoya mad, but you know, you call a spade a spade. But you know, it surprises me that even though they recognize Megumi's strength, they wanted to pull this shit. So not everything to them seems about strength and power, but also about how things in the clan will ultimately end up. Megumi was raised outside of the clan under Gojo's guardianship. They literally had no influence on him. In fact, it's not a stretch to consider they think Megumi as an outsider. Jinichi continues to break things down into two major reasons why it won't be easy to kill Megumi, taking the role of the head away from him. Firstly, there are so many clan members who want Megumi to lead so they can amend the relationship with the Gojo clan. As I mentioned earlier, Megumi is literally Satoru Gojo's adopted son. Currently, both clans have lost their leader. Gojo being trapped and Naobito dead, their overall strength is really speaking out loud. However, if the Zenin clan can repair the bad blood with the Gojo clan that caused them difficulties for over 100 years due to the respective clan leaders offing each other in combat, then maybe the Zenin clan can feel at ease during these mad times. So obviously, regular Donnies from the clan would want Megumi as their leader. And the second reason is that Megumi also has a good relationship with the young Noritoshi Kamo, who is the future head of the Kamo clan. Basically, Megumi is the avatar who can fix all of the clan problems by becoming the bridge between these powerhouses. So as of now, Megumi is a major wild card for the Zenin clan, meaning to kill him, they will need a liable, legitimate reason, and that is the release of Satoru Gojo. If you guys are confused, don't worry, so was Naoya. But since Naoya, Jinichi, Ogi, and maybe other Zenin clan members are unhappy with Megumi being the appointed head, they devised the plan to kill him without incurring the wrath of the Kamo clan and the clan members who supported Megumi, where they are going to frame Megumi, Mai, and Maki for plotting to release Gojo, as he is now deemed a criminal for the Shibuya incident, and whoever releases his seal will be considered a criminal too. Now we don't know for sure if they actually knew about the mission to save Gojo, but if they didn't, then the ironic twist to all of this is that Maki and Megumi are actually planning to free him. The icing on the cake for the enemy Zenin member is that the higher ups will see this as a reason to place more power and faith into the Zenin clan, increasing their standings, as Ogi killing his daughters illustrates to the higher ups that they are loyal to the point of following orders over family bonds, because who in their right mind would want to kill their own kid? Once again, all of this leads back to the political power within the Jujutsu world, causing more chaos to ensue. The mad thing about all of this is Maki's father is the one who initiated this whole idea, knowing he had to kill his own daughters. Yes guys, even though this would increase his credibility to the clan and the higher ups, this just goes to show how savage these guys are. With that, we are brought back to Maki's fight with her father, where Ogi instantly shows off Falling Blossom Emotion. If you guys remember, Falling Blossom Emotion was used by Naruto in his fight against Dogon. Falling Blossom is an anti-domain technique that has been passed down through the Jujutsu Big Three families, but don't get it confused with Simple Domain, that's another story. The anti-domain ability is that it expands its own domain to counter the domain expansion of the user it's in. But Ogi can use Falling Blossom in its own usual fashion of intercepting attacks, but he's also able to put the ability into an IAI. This is to prepare for whatever attack he may be surprised with, whilst also being able to counter attacks. Now for those who are super confused on what an IAI is, well, it's an abbreviation for a Japanese martial arts called Aido. I'm definitely messing up the pronunciation, yes I butchered it. I don't know whether it's Aido, Yaido or whatever it is, but either way, this martial arts emphasizes being aware and capable of quickly drawing the sword and responding to sudden attacks. Yaido consists of 4 main components: the smooth, controlled movements of drawing the sword from its scabbard or saya, striking or cutting an opponent, removing the blood from the blade, and then replacing the sword in the scabbard. And when performed correctly, this is literally pure fire! Seriously guys, it's crazy. Practitioners of Aido are often referred to as Aidoka. Yes guys, this is straight from the wiki, so I can't be wrong. Maki in response pulls out her own choice of weapon, being Kumiya Juzo's masterpiece. We know that Maki went to the hanger rack dude's workshop, so it makes sense it was to grab a weapon to defend herself whilst going to the warehouse. This masterpiece is named Keel, a sword cursed weapon that absorbs the impact of cursed energy on the blade to dispel at the user's will. Keel is very uniquely designed, having 3 open holes on the dull end of the blade where the cursed energy stored can be released. Maki and her father then faces off with Maki planning to surprise Ogi with the sword's ability during their IAI match after the third clash cutting him down. These guys literally enter the samurai mode. We then see the funniest and saddest interaction in this chapter, where Ogi asks Maki if she knows why his older brother was chosen to be the head instead of him, where she answers, "Because you're a real piece of shit who doesn't mind killing his own children, right?" Oh, Maki ain't got no chill. 10 out of 10 thick. Anyway guys, the clash begins. Ogi starts by striking at Maki, and then she nicely responds with a backhanded defense. This is really impressive for Maki because this dude is a top tier Jujutsu sorcerer she is clashing with, and she is matching his movement with her reaction time. She doesn't sit on defense either though, instantly going for a counter after blocking Ogi's initial slash. She activates Keel's ability by sending a burst of cursed energy from out the blade to slash down on Ogi, who tried to block only to get his blade shattered. Maki swings around Ogi to come from behind with more force, but Ogi prepares quick enough to move out of the range of Maki's beheading whilst responding by slashing her damaged eyes, breaking her glasses and making her drop to her knees. The first part of this fight ends in an amazing double page spread, and Ogi says the real reason I couldn't become the head was because you two were failures. Damn man, this is some true Asian disappointment. It is clear that Maki and Ogi are going for the kill, but it's crazy how Ogi is blaming his own failures to become the head of the clan on his twin daughters. The Zenin clan is really messed up. They will kill each other for more power, making it obvious they only have true loyalty to the personal image of the clan. This is another reason why Gojo is trying to push change into the Jujutsu world, because let's face it, when we have people like this, nothing really will change for the better. It's all politics and selfish games. But with that guys, that's the end of the chapter. I hope you understood why Megumi is so important to make a change in this world. I really want Gojo's dream to come true, and again, if you guys want us to cover Gojo's dream and his aspirations along with why he sacrificed himself for this goal, let us know in the comment section below. We will cover it. Again, hit that notification bell, smash that like button. Till then, catch you lot next time.